Okay, guys, this is at Weaver936, or Weaver for short. And what I'm here today for, I'm the owner of the SKT 3K channel, and I've been running the channel since just after FBI started. And I noticed that it was really hard to form a group, and the people that were forming groups were being very elitist and exclusive, excluding other people from the channel or from their runs. So what I've done is I've created a channel in which if you're 3K item level or higher, you can get into the channel. And it doesn't matter about your bondings and all that other crap. It's just a matter of if you're willing to work with people, cooperate with people, and help each other out is what really matters in SKT 3K. We've had great amount of success. We've got 900 members, and of those members, a section of them have become really helpful and really interactive. We need more people, of course, always. But like I said, what we found is that if you focus on inclusiveness more and working together and cooperating, you end up getting through content a lot quicker and actually have more runs, especially in Mod 10. In the previous mods, it was easy enough, or very easy, to get groups just by randomly plugging, using an LG channel or whatever, or using some of these Zerg channels, which, yeah, they have their effect, and that's that. But in our channel, it is all about working together, helping each other out, and making a group form in the first place. The hardest thing about Mod 10 is the people. And the first hardest part is forming the group, getting the people together, finding the support to do so, and then the second hardest part is for people to know what they're supposed to do in the content and not continuously try to exploit some aspect and further make it to where people have to be a higher item level or a certain build in order to actually do it. So what I'm providing this video for ideally is to show the mechanics of the content and to show all the little things that you can do to make it possible for more people to be included in your groups, giving you more groups more often, and groups that will succeed, that know what to do so that you can succeed more often as well. That's, in other words, I'm using this as a way to counterbalance all the other problems that have been present in Mod 10 so far. If we learn to work together, we're more inclusive and do what we're supposed to do, then item level, gear, bondings, all that is a lot less important. So, eSVA, Epic Swordward. As we go in here, I will tell you all the little key points that we need to pay attention to make sure that we can run this content effectively. First off, we're pulling all adds to the center here. What this does is it allows us to focus our damage in a smaller area, and when these permafrost shards that come up spawn, they get hit by our AoE a lot easier, and we can free people from the shards, from the ice, really quickly. If you do not free people from the shards, they will die. It doesn't matter how much hit points or how their item level is and all that crap, they still die. And there's it's just a game ender, that can lead to a party wipe very quickly. So you gotta focus on these permafrost shards. Also, another thing that's a hazard in this part right here is getting one shot, but is these little red circles. If you do not move these red circles away from everybody else, the GF should be using KV, Knights Valor. And if AA works the way it's supposed to, then, which they probably will fix it eventually here pretty soon, then those damage ticks from those ice circles, one, it'll end up killing the GF because everybody's being hit and the damage is being transferred to the tank. But also, it will reduce the stats of AA, Anointed Army, meaning less power and all that, of the DC. So you want to get those circles out of there. But this is pretty much just kill everything, try to keep them in the center here, kill permafrost shards. I am not trying to show you how to be the best TR in the world, because I wouldn't be able to do that with any of my tunes. But I can show you the basic mechanics, how to work together, and content that's difficult and still prevail. With lower item level, more people, good attitude. When it says defeat Jarl Stormhard's army, you want to run behind these pillars that are close to the throne there. Not the other side, because we can go over there and get one shot by the explosion. And then when you come out, you want to look and make sure that there's no green little crosses where people need to be rezzed. In eSVA, you want to have both tanks on the same side. Okay, and this on both versions of the SVA. But in eSVA, if you die, you can come back in, which is awesome. Except for eSVA, you need to do these runes. I don't care what anybody says. In our channel, we do runes all the time because at some point they are going to nerf, or they are going to adjust AA to where it doesn't just, they give you that damage immunity. And you can get one shot. If you are the only one standing on if there's not enough people on the runes, then everybody standing on the runes dies. And in Master SVA, or Epic SVA, you're screwed once you're dead, you're dead. Oh, somehow, we got both tanks over here, but we lost aggro. On this section, the Metacore section, you want to focus on Skull. Focus on one target. What that does is it stacks all the damage, or the buffs and debuffs on one target, and any lack of DPS that you have is made up for by the fact that you're buffing and debuffing, you're buffing each other and you're debuffing the same target. Also, it keeps everybody close enough so that when those permafrost shards pop up, they're getting AoE'd down. They're getting killed, saw and killed before they kill you or your party member. SVA and FBI is all about surviving. It's not about being top DPS or being the best pain giver. It's about surviving and making it through. Teamwork, teamwork and making it through. Ideally on these runes you want range, but if you don't have enough range, or if your range is not paying attention, then you get, somebody has to cover it, or else what range you do have covering it is you're screwed because somebody doesn't want to do the teamwork thing. I've heard a rumor, and I'm not entirely sure, but I'm told that if you're standing on a rune, you get a damage buff. So, especially as ranged, it's going to up your damage and make it more possible to complete this content with lesser item level, lesser gear. Our team here, as you saw, are not full 4K. They're pretty well skilled. They're pretty well geared. They're not the ideal classes for the content, but we're kicking butt. Let me put it that way, since this is for the public. You focus on mechanics, and a lot more people can be involved with the content at even a lower item level or weird builds or whatever. Previously, what seems to have happened with Ethermod's content is it was pretty much except for Underdark. All the content was pretty simplistic, and of course they put it just difficult enough for you to need to grind to get better gear, but it always gets outdated or overly simplified or overpowered pretty quickly. Well, SVA and FBI SKT content has proven to not be so fastly replaced or outdated. So with the changes they made in mod 11, it's not going to invalidate it's not going to invalidate SKT content. It's actually going to make it more important to get it. Easier to get it, but also more important to get it. Just for the Underdark rings, for example, from what I understand, the Underdark rings Sudden and Rising versions are not going to proc on the bonding pets. So the rings that are the companion gear that's going to be available in Mod 11 is going to be essential to get, or else your bonding pets aren't going to give you, nearly as much as what it would before. Of course not. But then also, that means the overall damage of most parties is going to go down because you're not getting 12k power and crit from the Sudden rings on your bonding pets. So everything you can do, everything you be able to do or to improve your team is going to be essential. From what I understand about SPC, it's not super easy. It's you got to think, you got to communicate, you got to cooperate, like FBI and all this. So Mod 10 is not going away. People may skip it, but it's still going to be worth doing. Relic is still going to be best in slot for most builds, most classes, but there's going to be some sweet things like the Fey weapon, that is for primarily support class DCs. I'm going to get one for my girl. But anyways, that was basically it. You take those red circles away, you make sure that you kill the ice, and you make sure that the both tanks are on the front side of the boss. Only the tanks are there. Yeah, my loot wasn't great, and I used legendary keys to get it. But well, I've had, to tell you the truth, I've had on my tunes, I've had like I think 5 legendary loots in the last couple of runs. So, and next mod, the legendary drops are going, the greater marks and the legendary marks are going to be dropping 3 times as much as they normally do. So I think this video is good. Let me make some closing points. Again, summary. Move the red circles. Don't make it harder on your team than it has to be. Kill the shards. It don't matter what item level you have. If you don't kill those shards, if your team doesn't kill the shards, you're dead. You're gone. Move the ball. Stay behind the boss. Gives you combat advantage damage bonus, and it keeps you from getting waylaid. There's a frontal AOE and a conal attack in front of them that can one-shot you. And stay on the runes, or get on the runes. Okay, especially if you're ranged. Get on those runes and get your damage buff. And also save your party members from getting killed because not enough people are on the runes. There is a wave that people use AA that's basically, in my opinion, an exploit where people just cluster. Forget that, dude. Because if you don't have an ACDC, if you don't have just the right setup, then that's not going to work. And if they change AA, you're done. You're done for again. Which I honestly hope and think they're going to change AA before the end of Mod 11. So just be smart. Do preventative maintenance, and you won't have to be like, oh, what do we do now when they make changes. That's as far as I got as far as this content or this instance is concerned. But if you're interested in learning more and getting with good people that know what they're doing and that are good to each other and not elitist and not exclusive and saying, hey, F you for doing something stupid, even though this is your first run, then come on over and send me a tell, or preferably a message in game at @Weaver936, and we will do what we can to help you. But we do not we will not tolerate people that are just looking to help themselves or leech or poach support classes from our channel for their other people. That's what some people have felt they need to do, but it's not tolerated. So if you're looking to be helped and be helpful, then SKT3K is the channel for you. If you're looking for people that are progressing and are willing, are that operate with each other well enough to continue into other content, other mods, and figure things out ahead of time and share that information with each other, then we're the guys to be with too. These other entities, organizations, channels, they may or may not be that way. But from my experience, it's only with an attitude of inclusiveness and non-elitism can people actually learn the game, learn to progress, and actually enjoy the game on a higher level. So that's it for me, and I appreciate the guys who've helped me with this video to form this group and have performed in excellence, and have stuck with me through this last few months as well, and helped me form runs and get things to be more progressive. Thank you guys, and hopefully I didn't talk too much, but if I did, pick out what's good and leave what's bad, and we'll see each other in game. Bye bye.